Sorry, just messing with you. I wanted to see if I could do that. Now, if that worked, then what you got was a test pattern and Girl from Ipanema, which I was very proud that I was able to put together. Now, whether or not it actually worked or not is entirely up in the air. But I figured, hey, since I've got the technology, I might as well abuse it. But enough of that. Let's do this. Hi. It's me. And we are here once again. 29 shows. 29 days when I said, hey, I know, I'll play music for some of my friends and we'll see what happens. Yes, Kay. Oh, God, he found the elevator music. Yes, Kay, I did. I sure did. I put effort into that. I actually went and did things in order to achieve that particular effect. May 6th. We did not, in fact, have Taco Tuesday yesterday because we were both really brain dead. So we're, in fact, going to have tamales tonight because we had those lined up. And tamales are good. Tamales are easier to eat than tacos. Rarely, if ever, do you have a tamale completely explode in your hands. So, good start. Although I understand tamal, not tamale. Tamales has meant multiple. Individuals are tamal. I don't know. I'm from Utah. Just work with me here, folks. Let me adjust the camera just a skosh. There we go. Now I am occupying as much of this as I can and still have the picture right there to tell you what it is that we are, in fact, doing. Oh, good. Well, let's get started, shall we? I do have an original song for you this time around. It is a brand new and startlingly original song that I have not done, but I'm going to start with one that I know because I want to have some confidence before I get into the new song. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's 4 foot taller, and he's got brown or sandy hair. And he has a hat and tankard, and he wears these great big boots. And he wanders around in a loincloth or one of them doublet suits. A little ploinky with the picking there. I think I have to trim my nails again. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? If you saw him coming down the lane, you'd have to stop and stare. You ever have one of those moments where you just start a song and you get so messed up in it you just fall right over the side? Let's try that again. Second verse. There's that ploing again. What the heck is this? There we go. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? If you saw him coming down the lane, you'd have to stop and stare. For he always sings or juggles as he goes about the town. What the heck? He always has a great big sword that ought to narrow it down. I swear I've been studying all the other songs I'm doing, and I didn't go back over the verses on this one, and that's clearly why we're having the boating accents. Do you know my friend from Faire? Do you know my friend from Faire? He's the coolest guy in all the world, I truly do declare. If you saw my friend in person, then you'd know of whom I speak. For he dresses like a pirate, now isn't that unique? Pirate! With pointy ears. Elf pirate. And gossamer wings. Fairy elf pirate. I really need to trim my nails. And kilt, Scottish fairy elf pirate. And horns. Demon, Scottish fairy elf pirate. And fangs. Vampire, demon, Scottish fairy elf pirate. And a foxtail. Nobody knows why. Do you know my friend from Faire? I think I saw him over there. His name is Wolf or Hawk or Raven, or I think it might be Bear. Well, we've never met outside of Faire, but I'm sure he'll be along. Hey, wait a minute. I'm talking about you. I guess I'll end this song. Wow, that was an interesting one. I trimmed my nails, and apparently they're catching, there's a lot of ploinking going on there. Now, Kay claims the ploinking is actually making the bit even better. It would be making it better if it was intentional. It's not intentional. It's there for a mild annoyance to myself, If you've never been to one of these before, this is the kind of thing that happens frequently, so don't panic. There's a little something coming down the line. I think I've got another week or so of these, and then we may be returning to, quote, normality, or not. We'll see. I'm just taking this 1 week at a time. Let's see how far it goes along. I actually messed around with another streaming program. Yeah, now it works. So all my plucking is done like right near the fingertips. If I go from the side and I have my fingernails not trimmed, they get caught on there. When I strum, I use the end of my thumb entirely. Best possible results. Because when I was first learning how to play the ukulele, I was playing it in my office when I was waiting for things to go horribly wrong. And if you use your nail, it's loud. Or God forbid you should use a pick. This is a felt ukulele pick. That's really bright and sharp and loud. And people down the hall go, what the hell is going on here? But because I work in this little hallway, it's kind of crooked and off to the side, I kind of get away with strumming lightly. And my nails are catching, and so the rest of these songs will probably be really entertaining to work with here. Now let's see, what the heck was I going to do next? I have it written down, but I have a pen on top of it. That's what I'm going to do next. Yes, of course. My friend Quigley's song, which has drifted from where he was when he wrote it and performed it to me, and I have drifted it from where I have been hearing it, and now I'm doing my version, and he hasn't told me to stop, so I'm taking that as a positive. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog, and the crew be bold, the boatswain's old, and we all do love a grog. The captain was the toughest man to ever sail the seas, until one thing finally struck him down, 'twas a nasty French disease. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Oh, the captain finally met his match, old France, she finally won. The first mate sat beside him for the setting of the sun, and the last words of the captain to the good crew of the Dog was that none shall ever take his place till they find the captain's log. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So we searched down in the scuppers and we searched up in the nests. For a time we kept our spirits high with witty words and jest, but soon a gloom enveloped us thick as a pea soup fog. For no matter where we looked, we could not find the captain's log. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So we searched down in the scuppers and we searched up in the nests. For a time we kept our spirits high with witty words and jest. Don't think, but soon a gloom enveloped us thick as a pea soup fog. For no matter where we looked, we could not find the captain's log. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. So at last we took to the great big book that the captain brought to sea, in which he put each day's events as written history. But no matter where we searched inside the vast and lofty tome, we could not find where the captain's log had chosen for to roam. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Oh, the many logs that we did find, they all did look the same. But we never once found the piece of wood inscribed with the captain's name. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is a jolly roving dog, and we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Oh, the name of the ship on which we sail is the Jolly Roving Dog. And we will not rest upon our quest to find the captain's log. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? I thought it was fun. I'm going to do a real quick thing here and just see. Oh, no, that's okay. We have all the comments we have right now, and that's just fine. I'm so glad that you folks are watching, because sometimes I do get a little worried. I started doing this because I wanted something to keep myself sane and also to basically work on the songs and stuff that I'm doing. And I'm very happy that y'all have been hanging out with me on this little weird quest of mine. Because without you here, this would be much less entertaining. I mean that in a lot of ways. Oh, my goodness me. Well, let's see. What do we got? Click on things. Keep clicking on things. One day I'll have a little control panel and just push buttons. But for right now, it's all trackball and occasionally keyboard, which I have a very nice trackball and keyboard. But I'm not a video composer. Yes, we're going to do John Barleycorn because I like this song a lot. My biggest challenge with John Barleycorn is that I kind of want to do it one way, and I don't think I'm ready to do it that way yet. So I have to do it like what I consider to be an easier way, or cheating way, or whatever. But remember the motto of the Troubadork show: I'm not very good at this. And consequently, anything I get through without catching on fire is probably a victory. At least a moral one. My lovely wife, who is off camera, has reminded me of the no fire on the husband rule. There is no fire on the husband. I'll tell you that story at the end of the song. I gotta focus. Oh, John Barleycorn to the sea's gone down in a ship both bold and new. The thirst lake of Captain Drake and all his loyal crew. To venture brave through wind and wave, the Spaniard for to halt. And although he die of Spanish grape, he'll live as English malt. So we'll strike him down and we'll bind him round and we'll serve him worse than that. We'll grind his bones between two stones and we'll bung him in a vat. Then we'll drink his health in nut brown ale and we'll raise our glasses high. For before that he can live again, John Barleycorn must die. John Barleycorn to the courting's gone, all dressed in fine array. In pewter clad from toe to head, to win a lady gay. The poetry that he declaims will stand him in good stead. For the ladies there all do declare they love it more than bread. So we'll strike him down and we'll bind him round and we'll serve him worse than that. We'll grind his bones between two stones and we'll bung him in a vat. Then we'll drink his health in nut brown ale and we'll raise our glasses high. For before that he can live again, John Barleycorn must die. John Barleycorn's to the hangman gone, and this tale I will unfold. For robbing a loyal Englishman of their silver and their gold. In a grave unmarked there by a cross nor stone, John Barleycorn is lain. Till the summer rains have come and gone, and he rises up again. Well, I think that's all become needlessly messianic. So we'll strike him down, and we'll bind him round, and we'll serve him worse than that. We'll grind his bones between two stones, and we'll bung him in a vat. Then we'll drink his health in nut brown ale, and we'll raise our glasses high. For before that he can live again, John Barleycorn must die. So we'll strike him down, and we'll serve him worse than that. We'll grind his bones and we'll bung him in a vat. Then we'll drink his health in nut brown ale, and we'll raise our glasses high. For before that he can live again, John Barleycorn must die. Whew, okay. Well, that's, you can always tell when I get overly excited about a song and I start thinking ahead of it. You can actually see the little puffs of smoke come out of my ears when I hit a chord at the wrong sequence. Hello, Relly. I am glad you consider this to be your afternoon happy. I am happy that you are here. Amy says hi, by the way. Yep. Amy says hi and hello and howdy and good to see you. And good to hear from you. So this is all very cool. Now, I do have a new song, which I am going to do. And but first I'm going to tell you the story about the no fire on the husband rule. Very important. Now, it's actually kind of cool because Relly was there nearby, not actually on the scene, when they both happened. The first no fire on the husband incident was at the Calaveras Celtic Festival in Calaveras, California, in the hilly as heck region of California. I had actually flown out there to do the gig, and I had rented the smallest, most inexpensive car I could. So I had one of these little tiny European kind of novelty breed dog cars. And it had snowed in March in Northern California. I'm towing my little car around past these giant little European car-eating trucks. Just trying to get to the hotel. I made it. When I got there, I got myself checked in, got myself some sleep, and then I went to the site. And it had snowed. But the wonderful people with snowplows had put some effort in, and the snow had not stuck to the asphalt and to the concrete, but I was still dragging my stuff around in the snow, and it was very hilly, so I was dragging my stuff uphill, and then I'd get to another spot and I have to go uphill again, and just to go back down to the place I had been before, I had to go uphill again. So I was going uphill both ways in the snow and realized I was reliving my father's childhood. Well, the crowd was a little thin on the ground, but I got through my shows, and I had some time left, so I hung out with my friend Trey Cromwell, professional show-off, the man of cheekbones from the gods. Really is. I mean, I am definitely destined to be the comedy sidekick to his leading man. It's just, that's the way it's going to work. And he was doing his show, and I was kind of helping. And at one point, he has a bit where he takes a juggling torch, and he puts it out. He eats fire. And he asked me if I wanted to eat fire, and I had nothing better to do, so I said, why not? I've never eaten fire before. So he gave me a couple of very important safety tips. Number one, don't touch the big metal screws on the film canister-sized flaming head of the juggling torch. And I did, in fact, manage to put the torch out with my face and not incur any damage. That night, I was talking to my lovely wife on the phone. Hey, how was the show? Shows were good. Oh, by the way, I ate fire today. There was a pause on the other end of the line. And after a moment, there was a very quiet, why? Because my friends are jugglers and they're crazy. The second time was actually, I think it was the last show I did in California. And, but it was, we were doing a rescue rally. Nope, no, it was a second.
Tell them about the conversation
Yeah.
I had with Trey.
Yeah. Oh, Amy had a conversation with Trey, and Trey was summarily disallowed from allowing me to put out torches with my face. I think it was a couple of years later. There was a rescue rally, and I actually ate fire, and the flame and the out of control was there, and I used one of their torches, which is actually much smaller. It's like, the head of it is about the size of this guitar pick, so it's not quite as bad. They use different fuel and all that, and I put it out with my face. How was the show? Great. How was the rally? Fantastic. I ate fire today. Why? Because I was without control, and they're crazy. And she summarily had a conversation with every member of Out of Control, and apparently managed to put a mild concern into the heart of Bogus, who is arguably the sanest person in the group, and consequently, there's no more fire on the husband. That's no more fire on the husband policy. It's a long song. It's a long story, but it does build up to a song, which I have just finished writing, so we'll see how well we do with it. This was written as a alternative to the song Internet Famous, which I wrote. Because I wrote Internet Famous because I wanted to be famous on the internet. It's like, well, but I can't sing that at a Renaissance festival, really. I can get away with it at steampunk or other fandom-related events, but a Ren Fair, not so much. So, this one is called All I Want. The full title is All I Want Is For Everyone to Love Me, parenthesis, the most important person at the fair. It's got a really good chorus. You may find yourself singing along. If you do, don't panic. This too shall pass. Another idiot in burlap wandering around a blasted pasture trying to attract attention from the people in the Shire. Another idiot in burlap acting out to get some attention, just wants to be famous, if only for a while. 'Cause all I want is for everyone to love me. All I need is for everyone to care. All I desire is just unbridled admiration. I want to be the most important person at the fair. I got the acting bug in high school, running costumes, they looked so cool. Hitched my wagon to the fair to see where I could go. These villagers are my sis and brothers, each shouting louder than the others, because at Ren Fair everyone's the star of their own show. 'Cause all I want is for everyone to love me. All I need is for everyone to care. All I desire is just unbridled admiration. I want to be the most important person at the fair. Worked all year to make my costume, hand sewn every single button. The research that went into this just borders on obscene. So pardon me if I sound grumpy, but I feel so blasted frumpy. Why's that one get all the attention? Just 'cause she's the queen. 'Cause all I want is for everyone to love me. All I need is for everyone to care. All I desire is just unbridled admiration. I want to be the most important person at the fair. Come on, sing it with me! All I want is for everyone to love me. All I need is for everyone to care. All I desire is just unbridled admiration. I want to be the most important person at the fair. Well, there's that. I think I was a little low on that. I could have been higher, I think. But that's another one of those songs. I'm pretty sure that's where I wanted it to be. But I was doing a little frying on that, and I don't know if that's me. All I want, yeah, I think so, is for everyone to love me. I want to be the most important person at the fair. Yep, pretty much. That is the new song. I generate a new song about once a week if I'm lucky. Sometimes I generate more songs. Sometimes I generate less. I hope you enjoyed that. I kind of enjoyed it. I got through it all, and there was actually the one I made the least mistakes on. So let's think about that for just a brief moment, shall we? So, let's get on to the thingy. Tip jar. Yeah, I'm a busker. And yes, I will happily take money, but I am not demanding it. Why? Because I'm doing this to keep myself sane and to entertain my friends. But if you do happen to have disposable income and low judgment skills, then go right over here to paypal.me/theadequate, ko-fi.com/theadequate, and drop a little money in. We've had 3 crazy people put money in, and I'm very grateful to them. Very grateful to them all. Being told that we had a minor hiccup in the connectivity thing here. And let's see here. SoundCloud, I got a lot of recorded stuff on. When things get a little less weird, I will be recording a lot of what I got here. and we'll be putting it up there. And I may do a band camp. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. I'm doing songs now. You can find all my shows at facebook.com/TobiasTheAdequate. I've been broadcasting them to my personal channel because that's how I started. I could redo it. I could do everything to the other channel as well, but, well, we'll figure it out one way or the other. Oh, my goodness. And so that's where else am I here? Yes, here I am. Carpe Diem Comics is, of course, the official emotional support comic shop of Tobias the Adequate, the Troubadork Show, and all that. You can find them online at carpediemcomicsonline.square.site. They are in McKinney, Texas. They are currently under the limited capacity rule that's going on right there. A lot of the cities in Texas are going under certain guidelines, more restrictive than the broader guidelines for the state, and that's a whole other conversation, and nobody really wants to have that because someone will wind up screaming. But do check them out. Also support your local comic shops, your local craft stores, your local sewing supply stores, your local comic gaming stores. Support local stuff. They don't have big corporations behind them. You can, in fact, support Adequacy in our lifetime at patreon.com/theadequate. I currently have 4 mighty Patreon patrons. And the idea here is you commit $1 a month, $12 a year. And I will take that money and I will use it for things like microphones and software to make my phone act like a camera and better production stuff and things like that. And I'll try to do more of this kind of thing and do previews so you can hear some of the songs I'm working on. Like I'm Dating a Werewolf, which is a preview that I actually put up on the Patreon site. And you can't see it if you're not a Patreon person. So thank you to John and Brian and Laureen and Alysia for supporting Adequacy in our lifetime. This is show number 29. I think it is 29, isn't it? Dang. That means tomorrow's going to be show number 30. And after that, we have the rest of the week because that's my Thursday show. And ending at 30 would be great, but I suspect we're going to get at least to show 34. When I start going back to work, this will change. Everything will change, of course, because everything continues to change in this rapidly evolving situation. But we'll see if we can do something somewhere down the line. Thank you all once again for listening. Thank you all once again for hanging out with me, because without you here, this is an exercise in schizophrenia. And we don't want that. No, we don't. So we'll just kind of do a quick switch over here. We'll go here to get the card on it. We'll take a couple of moments, and because branding is the way that works, we're just going to do a quick fade to black. And then I'm going to tell you the reason I'm doing this is so I can put the cards up for YouTube. They should be there now. They're probably already over the top of it. Thank you guys so much. I had a lot of fun. Hope you had a good time, and we will do this again next time. Aloha.